things music. He just told me right before, I didn't know this, he's only 19 years old. Wow. Thank you, Drake. Glad to have you with us this morning. As we have this opportunity on this morning to do something incredible, important, wild, to just be. The beauty of just getting to be. Let go. Let go of those worries that push you into the future. Let go of your regrets that pull you into the past. Let go of your judgments that focus you on what's missing rather than what is being offered. Let go of your perfected plans that blind you to the wildness of the world. Let go of all of this so you can just be here, so you can notice, finally, the sweet stillness that wants to lure you and love you into the beauty of just getting to be. These words to begin shaping our space by the Reverend Scott Taylor as we begin our new month. It is a new month already, March. I don't know how that happens, but here we are, paying attention as our theme for this month. So we invite you to do just that on this morning, to simply be and to pay attention to all the beauty that is around you, these people, this music, this space, and this place.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Central Oregon. I'm Ann Wyman, and we are glad you are here with us this morning as we close our February theme of embodying resilience. We're an inclusive community that affirms the mind, heart, and body in our search for truth and meaning. Here you will find both comfort and challenge for your spiritual journey. We offer a special welcome to all of those gathered on Zoom this morning. If you are new, we invite you to put your name in the chat. Whatever your age, income, or the color of your skin, you are welcome here. Whatever your sexual orientation, gender identity, or life story, you are welcome here. If your heart is full of joy, or if it feels heavy this morning, you are welcome here. If in this current culture of division, if your beliefs differ from mine, but you are called to love, you are welcome here. Our chalice lighting this morning will be presented by Greg Byrne and Nancy Tyler.
Well, my name's Nancy Tyler, and Greg Byrne is lighting the chalice. Our chalice lighting words are from Laurie Stevens. With this chalice, may we kindle the flame of our attention, not too fiery or wild, spreading without cause or care, not too dim or fading, unfocused and ineffective, but like a cheerful cook fire in a cozy hearth, like a comforting candle, flickering yet steady. May our attention be befriended, directed, and sustained for the betterment of all humankind.
Please join in body and spirit as we sing our chalice response, Spirit of Life.
Sing in my heart.
the stirrings of compassion. Oh, in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the head, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Good morning. My name is Amy Brock, and I'm the Director of Religious Exploration for Children and Youth, and it is time for our Time for All Ages. So if you are young or young at heart, we invite you to find your way to the rug for our exploration today. Pick one spot. Sit on it.
Great.
Spot, you're on the lily pad. Okay, that's your spot. It's so good to be with all of you this morning.
Good morning.
We have a new theme this month. Our new theme is paying attention. What does it mean to pay attention? Do you have some ideas? I bet you do.
Pay attention to the hot dog man so you can get your hot dog.
Okay, we can pay attention
Yeah.
to when we're getting food so that
Yeah.
we know what to order. Okay, that
No,
sounds
to order.
good.
That makes sense.
Well, I thought we could
tracks.
explore what it's like to pay attention today. So I'm going to invite you to watch what happens when somebody becomes curious.
Like paying attention when someone's like talking or something.
Being curious about what people are saying, sure.
Watch what happens when somebody becomes curious. What do you see?
I see nothing.
You see nothing?
There's just a big hole
Are
in
you
the
sure?
roof.
I see something.
I see all kinds of things.
You see what?
Okay, I forget how cool these lights are. These little ball
Yeah.
lights that we are.
I see a
Orbs?
floating rhinoceros.
Okay, maybe in the lights. All right, but you looked. You looked where I was looking because you were curious. And that's exactly how curiosity works. Attention spreads. When we give something our attention, other people notice, and then they start to look too. I wonder what would happen if we did that intentionally, if we did that together. Can we play a game together? Will you play with me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to point to different spaces in the room, and if you're online or visually impaired, feel free to look at something in your house or think of something in your mind as I do this. I'm going to make sure you feel included too. So I'm going to point for people here to something in the room, and when I point, I'm going to invite you to look there with me, okay?
Hey.
A giant speaker.
Yeah. And now what if we go all the way over here?
A floating chicken.
Oh, okay. You see different things in the same space? Yeah? All right. And what if we come all the way back to the middle and then we look up? Oh. Beautiful woodwork there.
Beautiful woodwork, yes.
Yeah. And then we can come back together.
A giant light above me.
You saw a giant light above you?
Bunch of lights.
Yeah. That's.
I see
I know. Thank you so much for playing with me. That was so much fun. And that's exactly how exploration works. We decide to look somewhere, we decide to be curious, and suddenly we notice things that maybe we hadn't noticed before. And our world becomes bigger.
And it's not lost on me that what you all do when you leave here is called religious exploration. It's almost like it's paying attention to what's religious in our lives.
I think so. Spiritual or religious?
Whatever word works for you.
Right. We are going to explore that more in our different spaces today. But before we go, we need to say the Children's Covenant. Will you help me? In this place I am kind. In this place I am loving. In this place I am a friend to the earth and all animals and people. In this place I am loved. Please rise and form the arch as we send our friend Starry.
Thanks, Amy.
As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go, as you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go.
Good morning. My name is Laura Pitney, and I am the engagement coordinator here at UUFCO. And I was thinking this morning about my job and what I do when I stand up here to tell you things, and I always like to think about why I'm telling you things. So today, I am telling you things because it feels like we are in a moment, and Reverend Scott spoke a lot about this last week. We're in a moment when maybe we're wondering, what can I do? What is happening? And how do I interact with what is happening in my life, in the world? And there are some very simple things that I've been thinking about lately, and it is that we hold one another dear. We hold one another close. Because building love between us will do so many things that we cannot anticipate, foresee, or know. And so that is why I'm telling you things today. There are a couple of things that you can do to hold one another near or meet new people to hold near. Building connections is so important. So the first thing I'll mention is, I don't know if you've heard of circle suppers. It is something that happens here at UUFCO, but it is something that happens at many UU churches around the country. And it's an opportunity to meet other people who you may not know, who come to this fellowship and have a meal together. And there could be one or there could be six. It depends on how many people want to do it on any third Friday, right, Pandy? Third Friday. And you can sign up at the kiosk, and you can also find circle suppers on the new Chalice Center, which is our engagement platform. So think about that. Do you want to host people in your home to share a meal together? One of the important ways that humanity has always come together to build community. We're also having something that's a more deep immersion in getting to know one another and also getting to know yourself, coming home to yourself. These are men's or women's gatherings that are happening in April. You might learn something about people who you've known for a really long time, new things. You might learn something new about someone you've never met before, and you also might discover something more deep about yourself. And the more capacity we have to know ourselves, the more we can come together deeply with other people. So these are day and a half-ish long gatherings, and again, make sure your name has been added at some point to the list at the kiosk, or if you are getting emails from Men's Fellowship or Women's Connections, then you're already on the list, and you'll get an email to sign up for those gatherings in April. Another thing that you can do is wear your name tag. You are probably all wearing your name tags, but you probably also noticed that when you walked in, it was like chaos out there. Thank you for your patience. We are going through a process of just making sure that the people who are coming here have name tags, and the people who are no longer attending are not filling up that cabinet with all the slots so that you can easily find your name tag. So thank you for patience on this. It will be a several-week process that you may come in and find chaos. So thank you. More things, let me tell you in case it wasn't obvious. Name tag wearing is a really important part of welcoming. So if you've been coming for a long time and you see someone wearing a name tag that's handwritten, you can guess that they're newer. Say hello to them. Welcome them. And also use your name tags as a way to get to meet one another and know each other's names. Okay, more things you can do. Social justice. There is a forum happening on March 3rd. That's Tuesday at Westside Church. And that group, the Homeless Outreach Project, is in the back. The Homeless Outreach team is going to be in the back of the gathering hall. After service, you can talk to them there to find out more. And please don't forget to bring your fruits and vegetables next week for the Nourish Food Drive. We do that every second Sunday. Bring that, and you can drop that off at the Nourish table. Oh, okay, 2 more things. Engagement, our engagement platform, we're calling Chalice Center. If you are not already on that, you will see little QR codes scattered around the building and little laminated cards. Scan it, set yourself up. That way you can find out what groups you can participate in, get notifications from all those group leaders. So please make sure you do that. It'll help you stay connected. Okay, last thing, our building. Our building is a community building place. We use it for the fellowship. We also use it to support nonprofits in Central Oregon, and it raises thousands and thousands of dollars for nonprofit organizations because of fundraisers. We also use it for weddings, joy, love. And one of the people who is really important for that, her name is Shonda Johnson, and she is our events manager here, and she sent me a little message. She said that on Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but the one before, at 6, she noticed something that put a smile on her face. She said, after I finished setting up for an event that was scheduled for Thursday, choir was getting started. Members were trickling in. John McKee was organizing a small event in Linus Pauling and had a handful of helpers. And the art committee was having a meeting in the library, and all was well. 3 different groups using the space, and it was all working. Yay. So.
Each month throughout the year, the Greater Community Collection Team, or GCC, selects and hosts a local nonprofit organization that aligns with the 7 values of Unitarian Universalism. The chosen organization speaks briefly to the congregation and receives that Sunday's congregational offering. This month's recipient is St. Vincent de Paul of Bend. St. Vincent de Paul is dedicated to supporting individuals and families in need by providing essential services focused on food assistance and stable housing. Please welcome Kaylee Graham, Executive Director, who will speak about the mission of their organization.
Good morning. My name is Kaylee Graham, and I am the Executive Director of St. Vincent de Paul here in Bend. I'm so honored to have the opportunity to speak with you today and share my love for this wonderful organization and the people we serve. I like to tell people that our focus is food and housing, although our services are a lot more expansive than that. If you've ever seen our space, you might be surprised to find out that we operate the 2nd largest food pantry in Central Oregon, serving an average of 900 households each month. Thank you. In this same office, we provide support services such as mail pickup and prescription, ID, and clothing assistance. We do all of this and more with a team of 4 employees and nearly 70 incredible volunteers. Before I share a story with you, I'd like to ask you to close your eyes. I'll wait for a moment. Now imagine finishing a long day of work or errands and heading home. But instead of opening your door to warmth, light, and a comfy bed, your home is a tent sitting on frozen dirt, or a camper with a small propane heater and a few blankets as temperatures drop below freezing. Imagine the cold settling into your bones with no real way to escape it. Open your eyes. This is the daily reality for many of our neighbors here in Central Oregon. Our winters are harsh, even indoors, and for those living unhoused or unsheltered, a single cold night can be life-threatening. This is why St. Vincent de Paul created our Propane Assistance Program, one of many programs we offer aimed at supporting individuals' basic needs. Currently, we are the only organization in Bend offering this kind of consistent propane support, and people travel from all over Central Oregon to access it. Every day, we take calls and emails from people asking if we can help them stay warm. Just before Thanksgiving, I received an email from someone who had never reached out to us before. They explained that they were currently living in their camper and didn't know how they could continue to afford the high cost of propane. They asked how our assistance program worked. Later that week, they walked into our office, and I happened to be the one to check them in. They opened their phone to show me the email I had sent just the day before. I introduced myself and told them I'd be happy to get them signed up for propane assistance as well as a food box or a sack lunch. Before sending them on their way and getting them situated with the vouchers and lunches, they gave me lots of thanks. That evening, I was going through the day's messages, and I got an email from the same client. I opened the message and began to read. I just wanted to say, wow, and thank you so much. You're truly the best. I really am grateful and appreciate you helping me out with heat and cooking this month. The to-go lunch sandwich is awesome. I hope you're blessed over and over. You're the good kind of heart, and your community appreciates you more than you know. Their gratitude was so pure and so honest that it stopped me in my tracks. For me, this was a normal part of my everyday that took me less than 5 minutes. But for them, it was heat, warmth, and the ability to cook. It reminded me that people need heat just as urgently as they need food, and they need it whether or not we're there to provide it. But the need is more than just propane. It's food, housing, shelter, hygiene products, clothing, and so much more. Unfortunately, funding cuts, increased competition for grants, and a 30% increase in first-time clients has led to a strain on our resources, putting many of our critical programs at risk. The individuals we serve aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They are people with names and stories. Their safety, their dignity, and in many cases, their survival depend on whether or not programs like ours continue. With your help and a donation from you, you can be a part of the difference that we make every single day. Thank you so much.
Will the ushers please come forward, and we will receive our offering today for St. Vincent de Paul.
Have you all noticed that life just keeps happening? Every single day, life just keeps happening. And because of that, joys and sorrows and things we can be grateful for keep happening as well. So as a congregation, we share our joys and our sorrows and our gratitudes with each other. We have these forms on our kiosk you can fill out. But if you're feeling a little shyer this morning and you have a joy or a sorrow or gratitude in your heart you'd like to light a candle for, please feel free to do so as I'm reading these written joys and sorrows. All right, we have joys and gratitudes for Reverend Scott and Tessa, who's my daughter, who gave us a wonderful night with their performances in Peter Pan. That's nice of you. Also a fun night with the house band concert. We are blessed. House band concert Friday night. Please, house band folks, are you here? Can you stand up? Can we thank you for that wonderful evening? Yeah. Thank you all. And then, in modest fashion, here's another one that Ellen Akin wrote. My joy took flight this week at the performances of Peter Pan. Our Tessa Rudolph young thespian, pajama-clad as one of the main characters, flew off to Neverland. There she met her pirate dad, who even attempted dancing a tarantella. Yay, Tessa and a father and daughter experience. Arg, it is true. I've been moonlighting as a pirate. For the last 9 performances, the last 2 weeks, it has been an amazing experience at Slog, and this is actually where I met Drake. Fellow pirate, Drake. It's been fun. And when I got home from church last week, from our Sunday service, I realized that I had not removed my dirty, smudgy black makeup that made me look like no one told me. Like all Sunday morning, I just walked around here looking like I was dirty, and no one told me. All right. I washed it off today pretty well. All right, Diane Darling shares a joy. The Brandy Carlisle is coming to Bend, so now I don't have to drive all the way to the Gorge in Washington to share in her amazing concerts. And I just saw last week that Brandy Carlisle offered a song at one of her concerts. You are always welcome to join us. It was a protest song that was used in Minneapolis, written by a young singer-songwriter with the idea of we are coalition building. It's always, always good to invite people, and Brandy Carlisle used that protest song at one of her concerts last week. Nia and Sarah share that we are deeply sorrowful over the attacks in the Middle East, but remain grateful that for now, our husband and father are safely sheltered in the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. Yeah, I'm glad they are safe. And this is from Chris Herrick. This is a sorrow for Ben's loss of a wonderful young man, an outdoor adventurer named Stratton Mattinson. Stratton was killed by an avalanche in British Columbia last week. Stratton was my landscape employee, and I'll always remember his warmth, kindness, and reverence for our natural environment. He lived an intentionally low-impact lifestyle that was an inspiration to me and to others. Rest in peace, Stratton. And from Donna Dobkin, tons of joy. This past Friday, 50 UUFCO women participated in postcard writing for Actions for Democracy. 50 people. It was a wonderful session of connection, of not giving up, of staying hopeful that our voices matter and can make a difference. And our son Elliot and daughter-in-law Krista, who live in Portland, told us last week that they are expecting their 3rd child, a girl, in September. And our daughter Adria, who lives in LA, when hearing this news, decided to buy a home near them and is moving to Portland in April. Everybody's coming together. And this is particularly special because we also have a home in the same Portland neighborhood. All right. And we've adopted a 6-month-old Australian Shepherd puppy named Lucy, who will come to her forever home with us in April. She is a bundle of love and fluff. And lastly, today is Donna's birthday. I think we've normalized doing the birthday during the house band Sunday on the 3rd Sunday. That's when we sing happy birthday to everybody in the month. And a joy from Howard Palmer. Saturday's Bend Polar Plunge for Special Olympics was amazing. After years of procrastinating, this year I took the plunge. My gratitude is for the friends, family, and colleagues who participated and helped with sponsorship. Seeing all the organizations and individuals throughout Central Oregon who participated was inspiring. Most of all, my gratitude goes to the Special Olympics and all they do to bring joy and inclusion for individuals with intellectual disabilities. That sounds like a wonderful event. All those and more that exist in our lives, our joys and our sorrows and our gratitudes. Grateful to share those and have those held in this community. Because when I came in this morning, someone said to me, I'm glad this place is here because the weeks can be hard and it's good to connect, and I agree. The news keeps happening as well. And as we think about those people across the globe in Iran, we know that war, as that poster says, is not good for flowers, children, and other living things. Quite simple and true and tragic, and our hearts are heavy this morning. Violence and carnage are never the way of love. And so I'll invite us into a time of spoken prayer followed by silent meditation. This is a poem written just recently in response by Frederick Joseph. So let's just take a deep breath. And he writes, loving in a broken time. Some say the world is ending. But endings are only beginnings wearing heavier shoes. Even ruin grows tired. Even ruin sleeps. And in the quiet between disasters, love kneels in the dust, as if searching for a dropped earring. And then love finds God there instead. To love now is to drink from a cracked chalice and to call the water holy, even as it leaks through your hands. Because most days, hope doesn't feel like a match for trying to teach the rain about fire. Still, love remains the only empire that does not fall, and stars stay brightest in the sky that is darkest.
You may stay seated as we sing This Is My Song. This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and mine. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my hopes, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with hopes and dreams as true and high as mine. My country's skies are bluer than the ocean, and sunlight beams on clover leaf and pine. But other lands have sunlight too and clover, and skies are everywhere as blue as mine. Oh, hear my song, thou God of all the nations, a song of peace for their land and for mine.
We have two readings today. And the first reading is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who is an American writer, minister, and poet who led the transcendentalist movement of the mid-19th century. He said, "A person will worship something, have no doubt about that. We may think our tribute is paid in secret in the dark recesses of our hearts, but it will come out. That which dominates our imaginations and our thoughts will determine our lives and our character. Therefore, it behooves us to be careful what we worship. For what we are worshiping, we are becoming." And the second reading is from Bell Hook's book, All About Love, New Visions. She was an American author and educator and a fierce advocate for love. One of the best guides to how to be self-loving is to give ourselves the love we are often dreaming about receiving from others. There was a time when I felt lousy about my over 40 body, saw myself as too fat, too this, or too that. Yet I fantasized about finding a lover who would give me the gift of being loved as I am. It is silly, isn't it? That I would dream of someone else offering to me the acceptance and affirmation I was withholding from myself. This was a moment when the maxim, "You can never love anybody if you are unable to love yourself," made clear sense to me. And I said, "Do not expect to receive the love from someone else you do not give yourself."
Hey you, I'm just now leaving. Can I come around later on this evening? Or do you need time? Yes, of course, that's fine. Hey you, good morning. I'm sure you're busy now. Why else would you ignore me? Or do you need space? You can't help it if your mind has changed. So go ahead and break my heart again. Leave me wondering why the hell I ever let you in. Are you the definition of insanity? Or am I? Or am I? Oh, it must be nice to love someone who lets you break them twice. You're so blue. Are you still breathing? Won't you tell me if you find that deeper meaning? Do you think I've gone blind? I know it's not the truth when you say I'm fine. So go ahead and break my heart again. Leave me wondering why the hell I ever let you in. Are you the definition of insanity? Or am I? Or am I? It must be nice to love someone who lets you break them twice. And don't pretend that I'm the instigator. You were the one, but you were born to say goodbye. You kissed me half a decade later. Those same perfumes, those same sad eyes. So go ahead and break my heart again. Leave me wondering why the hell I ever let you in. Are you the definition of insanity? Or am I? Or am I? It must be nice to love someone who lets you break them twice.
So we might be doing this all wrong. You all might be excused and just leave now. If Emerson was correct, and he might have been correct back in 1838, on July 15th, on that evening, he walked into the small chapel, which I've been in, and sat behind the same pulpit that he gave his divinity school address. But he walked into this room, and at the Harvard Divinity School, in front of all of their graduating students, he told them that maybe a bunch of ministers in formation, right? The church was perhaps dead, that it was useless, that it was cold, and that they would do better by just going outside. And so I know that many of you make a choice on these Sunday mornings to come here instead of going outside. Because it is often said around these parts that nature is our church. But both can be true, thank goodness. And I'm glad you're here. So please stay for the rest of the service. Emerson just found that church wasn't doing it for him. He found it boring, cold, and uninspiring. He said during that address that I once heard a preacher who sorely tempted me to say that I would go to church no more. A snowstorm was falling about us, and the snowstorm was real, and the preacher merely spectral. The capital secret of his profession, namely to convert the life to truth, he had not learned. And this is Emerson, who would be one of the founders of Transcendentalism, that movement that really sought to go out into nature and find an unmediated experience of the holy. And so we risk a spiritual debt and looseness when we conform too much and don't allow all the meaning that is already there, when we don't pay attention to it. It's already all around us. Dare I say, you don't have to come here on Sunday mornings to receive it. But thank you for coming on Sunday mornings. Ralph Waldo Emerson. He's considered kind of a Unitarian saint. I have been remiss that in 14 years of ministry, I have only given Emerson like passing quotes. So if you will allow me just to speak of Ralph Waldo Emerson for a moment. This 19th century Unitarian minister turned poet, turned essayist, turned philosopher, and yes, the father of Transcendentalism. He taught us about what it means to be both an individual and claimed that fiercely, while also being a part of community. He turned the religious world absolutely upside down in his era. He made this simple, straightforward claim in the face of the church that God is best cultivated from within and through our own individual conscience, and the church maybe can help, maybe not, but get outside and find some God. He was heavily influenced by Hinduism. He came up with this concept of the over-soul, an interpretation of the way he saw God or the holy, or our connection as all. But fundamentally, he believed that God existed in this divine spark within us, found in every human life. And our task as spiritual people is to find that flame and fan it, to make it larger, to make it inside of us and burn brightly. And we do this by finding the flame and paying attention. What is it that makes that flame and that divine spark come alive? For Emerson, he knew that that divine spark inside of him was enlivened when he lived positively and he connected with other people and he did good works in the world to uplift himself and society at large. A simple revelation that you don't need the church, the capital C church. It's all right there anyway. Just pay attention. So he was popular in his day amongst Unitarians, but he was also constantly berated and ridiculed by other folks in that elite academic society. According to the Emerson scholar J. Frank Schulman, he would let no one defend him, though. He stood by his remarks and said that this is what I believe, and you don't have to believe it either. But then he showed it by the way he lived his life. He was known as the Bard of Concord, and he said it this way: I settled it early in life that setting up no defense is the best way to go on affirming. Schulman recounts an episode revealing that when Emerson spoke at the commencement at Middlebury College, when he finished his remarks, the president of the college invited up a Unitarian clergyman from Massachusetts to offer a prayer in which that minister entered that pulpit and said, "We beseech thee, O Lord, to deliver us from hearing any more transcendental nonsense as we have just listened to from this sacred desk." But after the benediction, Emerson turned to the person sitting next to him and remarked with gentleness, "He seems a very conscientious, and plain-spoken man. He was affirming that person's worth, and he was, as we might say in these days, not being baited. He had a clarity of his own faith, his own integrity, and he did not need to defend or attack. And this sounds like a salve these days when so much we hear is negativity and attack and things that are aimed to harm. He had a simple respect of the other person, and he was simply paying attention to his own experience. And in doing so, he created this kind of spiritual serenity, which sounds nice to me. I strive for this kind of feeling. And yes, he got it through walking through the Concord woods, but he also got it through dealing with a tragic life. Emerson's life was not easy, and he wrestled with this. The frustrating parts of life, he was still willing to pay attention to the good. His father died when he was 8, leaving his mother penniless and 8 hungry children. 4 of his siblings died in childhood. One of his surviving brothers was mentally ill and required continual care. His wife, Ellen, lived less than a year and a half after their marriage, and the hardest wound for him of all was his 6-year-old son, Waldo Jr., died of scarlet fever. And remember, he was harshly criticized by all those around him. And yet, this might look like the life of a person who wouldn't respond with love, and yet he did. He paid attention to what was good, he paid attention to what he felt was true, and he dedicated himself to doing that good. He was paying attention. And what was he paying attention to? Just life. That thing we get to be a part of, and the beauty in doing so. He had an unwavering affirmation of this individual self amongst community, to be a part and connected and to feel that divine spark within him. He knew that even though he was saying to these divinity school students, go out and do your own thing, find God on your own in nature or wherever you do, he also knew that we grow in our spiritual lives in community, not just through this fierce individualism. We nurture a wholeness and a holiness by being with one another in a community such as this, where we can remind each other what that good might be, what it might look like in ways that we bring ideas forth and we listen to other people sharing their understanding of what is good and loving as well. And this is the constant tension as Unitarian Universalists we exist within. Uphold our own space, our own individuality, while understanding we are incredibly and always interdependent with each other. And we have those opportunities here to grow in the Spirit, to grow within ourselves, in all of our interactions, in all of our moments, in all of our meetings. We have the opportunity to pay attention to life.
These nights are gone, and I feel myself moving on. As if the whole world is watching what I've done. Can I pick myself up and can I run? And if I decide to fix myself, will I have confidence or just keep losing hope? 'Cause every time I try, I'm lost in the smoke. And I'm away out with nowhere to go. I miss the old days, smoking cigarettes at a different friend's place. I'd cut the cards and roll the dice just for the sake. The adrenaline rushing through my veins. And if I decide to fix myself, will I have confidence or just keep growing old? 'Cause every time I try, I'm lost in the smoke. And I'm away out with nowhere to go. Whoa. I'm lost in the smoke. Nowhere to go when I am lost in the smoke.
The first song Dre played was by the group The Black Crows. She Talks to Angels, speaks of a person's hard moment. The second one was by the artist Phineas, also a hard moment. And then this song, written by Drake himself, this feeling of being lost in the smoke. Anybody ever feel like that? It's a radical thing to pay attention. Paying attention can get you out of the smoke sometimes. What you give your attention to, you slowly become. It's true. As Emerson said, therefore it behooves us to be careful what we worship, for what we are worshiping, we are becoming. So what do you give your attention to? Probably the news, a lot. That's what I do. The Reverend Anna Toulouse said, I don't have just a news problem, I have an imagination problem. The constant barrage of media and information takes up so much of my attention that it crowds out everything else, all the possibility. The violence and endless isms and oppression and war and climate disaster and constant and disturbingly flippant refrain in everyday conversation that the world is on fire. It's easy to get swept up, to be consumed by it all. And in these moments, I have come to understand that my attention has been overwhelmed and my imagination has been captured. It sounds like she is lost in the smoke. And so, perhaps fewer things to pay attention to would be helpful, because we cannot pay attention to all of the things, even though it is tempting to do so. All the things are simply too many things. Victoria Stafford writes, in a cemetery once, an old one in New England, I found a strangely soothing epitaph. She attended well and faithfully to a few worthy things. At first, this seemed to me a little meager, a little stingy. But now I can't imagine a more proud and satisfying legacy. She attended well and faithfully to a few worthy things. Every day I stand in danger of being struck by lightning and having the obituary in the local paper say, for all the world to see, she attended frantically and ineffectually to a great many unimportant and meaningless details. How do you want your obituary to read? What we pay attention to is what we give our lives to. So on this Sunday afternoon, and I am glad that you did come to Sunday service, and I do hope you come back next week, even though I said some questionable things earlier about not needing to attend on Sunday mornings. We like it that you're here. I also talked about community being important, so I balanced that one out. But go out into the world and be aware and be conscious of what it is you are placing your attention upon. Or as Emerson said, what it is you are worshiping. For what you are worshiping, you are becoming. And if we do not worship with our attention, I don't know what we worship with. So be curious on this day and wonder and watch what it is you're paying attention to. If it's good and loving and true and serves you, we'll keep paying attention to it. If it does not, come back here and let's explore the good together. May it be so.
Please rise in body and spirit and join in singing our closing song, For All That Is Our Life. All that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise, for all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make all days glad.
All right. Child's play.
I'll just talk really loud. Oh. That's my natural inside voice. We'd like you to join us for coffee and tea hour this morning and say hello to someone you don't recognize, you recognize and you've never spoken with before, or someone like Laura says who has a name written tag. And To close our service, please join us in saying our covenant as Reverend Scott extinguishes the chalice. Love the spirit of this fellowship and service is its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
One more Emerson quote. The heart knoweth. We have a great deal more kindness than is ever spoken. The whole human family is bathed with an element of love like a fine ether. How many persons we meet in houses whom we scarcely speak to, whom yet we honor and who honor us by being there. How many we see in the street or sit with in church, whom, though silently, we warmly rejoice to be with. Read the language of these wandering eye-beams. The heart knoweth. Listen to your hearts. What is it paying attention to? Follow that. Go in peace.